Hello everybody. Hope you're all fine and doing great. Hope everything at your end is going well. Well, today I brought you the recipe of potato rice. All those who like rice and who like potatoes will love this recipe. And potato rice is a favorite with many people, and yes, it tastes yummy as well. And especially if you eat it with raita or yogurt raita or with mint chutney, it tastes fabulous. Well, all those who are our family members are already our family members, and those who are not, please subscribe to the channel and become our family members very quickly, and you will be updated on new recipes, and you will also find some very nice HRD online training workshops for you people for your professional growth. So become our family members quickly, subscribe quickly before we start off cooking potato rice. To cook them, you need rice, of course. Okay, first of all, you need rice, and secondly, I will tell you, I took 1 kg of rice. Okay, I cooked 1 kg of rice, and 1 kg of rice means 3.5 glasses of rice when measured with a glass. Okay, I do that always because I have to measure then water also that has to go into the rice for cooking. So measure your rice in a glass, and 1 kg of rice is 3.5 glasses of rice. So I had 3.5 glasses of rice with me, and for that I used these much of potatoes. They are almost 1.5 kg of potatoes, and onions, you can see they are small, not big onions, and I have used this much of onions and some garlic also. This garlic I'm going to crush. Okay, these are the main ingredients that are going to go into our potato rice. Here, see, I have now cut my onions and sliced them longitudinally, and I have diced my potatoes just to show you how you are going to dice them, the size of the potatoes. I don't believe in very big sized potatoes for rice, so I have cut them into small dices. Besides that, I have crushed my garlic, as you can see, and here are my 3.5 glasses of rice in front of you. And besides that, the spices that we are going to use: black cardamom, the big one, 3 black cardamoms I have taken. Then in 3.5 glasses of rice, I will add 3.5 teaspoons of salt. Okay, 3.5 teaspoons of salt in 3.5 glasses of rice. And I also added some red chili, almost 2 teaspoons of red chili powder. If you don't want to add that, you can skip that. If you want to add that, you can. If you want more, you can add more. If you want less, you can add less. It just solely depends upon your taste. Then I also added powdered coriander, dried coriander, 1.5 teaspoon of that. Then black cumin again, take 1.5 teaspoon of black cumin in 3.5 glasses of rice. Okay, and these many potatoes as well. And then of course almost 3/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper powder and 3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Okay, these are the spices that we are going to add to these potato rice. And you see, first of all, what you do is you wash your rice well, and then you soak them in water, and they are going to lie there soaked in water for 25 to 30 minutes before they go into our pot to be cooked. So first of all, do this: wash them and soak them. because you will take 25 to 30 minutes to do the rest of the things before the time comes for the rice to be put in. So in the meanwhile, the rest of the preparation will be done. Okay. Yes, I've taken some oil here, almost 1.5 cup of oil, and any oil that you use normally for cooking, that will do. And then add your onions to the oil. Also, I have added the ground garlic to the onions, and now I'm going to let the onion get brown for a while. Okay, and I'll of course keep stirring them at the same time. Here you go, beautiful colored spices. All the spices are going to go into the onions now. What I'm not going to add at this stage is ground coriander powder. Okay, don't add that at this stage. And here you can see I'm mixing with the help of a spatula. I'm mixing all the ingredients now, the spices in the onions and the oil, and the onions are turning color just a little. And at this stage I'm going to add in my potatoes. Okay, when onions have not browned totally but turned just a bit of color, changed just a bit of color, I'm going to add in my potatoes. And potatoes, you see, are not big sized potatoes, they're small sized potatoes. And I'm going to stir them into the onions and everything, and I'm going to cover the pot, the cooking pot, so that the potatoes can stir fry a bit. Okay, and you will leave the potatoes to cook for say 10 minutes. Of course, keep stirring them on and off, and when they are half cooked, you are going to go on with the rest of the procedure. So let them be half cooked, not fully cooked. Okay, so at this stage, when you see that your potatoes are browned, kind of lightly browned and half done, 50% cooked, what you're going to do is you're going to add in water. And how much water? Because I took 3.5 glasses of rice, I'm going to add in 5.25 glasses of water. Okay, and the ratio is easy. I'll make it easy for you. For each 1 glass of rice that you're cooking, you're going to add 1.5 glasses of water. Okay, so with me I had 3.5 glasses of rice, so I added 5.25 glasses of water. So keep this ratio in mind. For each 1 glass of rice, you're going to add in 1.5 glasses of water. Okay, so keep that in mind. Whatever amount of rice you are cooking, quantity of rice you are cooking, you are going to add water accordingly. Okay, so you see I have added the water here, and I am also adding now the salt and the coriander powder that I did not initially add. Salt you can add initially as well, but not coriander powder, and it's better if salt also goes in at this time. Okay, so add now the coriander powder and the salt. And at this stage, something very important, if you have lemon juice, you can add a spoonful, a big spoonful of tablespoonful of lemon juice to it. And if you don't have lemon juice, you can add apple cider vinegar, organic apple cider vinegar, full 1 tablespoon of it to your cooking pot at this stage. Because you know, with lemon juice or with vinegar, what happens is your rice don't stick to each other, they don't form lumps. Okay, so that's why you add in this either lemon juice or vinegar, and it gives a taste also to your rice. Coriander powder you don't add beforehand and add at this stage, because if you add at that stage when it's when everything is being browned in oil, what happens when you eat your rice, it seems as though there is sand in it, in them. So that's why add your coriander powder at this stage. Salt also you can add at this stage. It's better if you add it at this stage rather than at the beginning. Okay, and on high heat you let that water boil. See, I let my water boil on high heat and it's boiling hot, sizzling hot. And when it becomes that sizzling hot, what you do is you are going to drain the water from your rice, and because they were already, if you remember, soaked in water, and you're going to add the rice to your pot. And by this time you will find that 25 to 30 minutes have elapsed. The rice were soaked in water for that much of time. Okay, so you then add your rice to your cooking pot. See, I've added my rice now to my cooking pot, the rest of the ingredients, and very quickly take your spatula and move the rice, move it in your cooking pot all around 7-8 times, so that your rice move with it, all the ingredients move with it, because if you don't do that immediately, then your rice will form lumps. Okay, so do that immediately, as I am doing, you can see. At this stage, on the other stove, you put your sizzling plate on the stove on high heat so that it becomes hot, because you will need it later on to put your cooking pot of rice onto it. And of course I will tell you what to do, but put it on high flame on the other stove, your sizzling plate, so that it becomes hot by the time you need it to become hot. And meanwhile your rice are cooking, keep the heat on. It should be high heat. It don't lower your flame. You don't need to. If you want to, just lower it a bit, not more than that, and let this water boil with the rice in it. And you see, this is the shape that my rice are getting into now. On high heat, you're going to keep moving your spatula in the rice, and you see the water is evaporating, the rice is floating, and it's cooking, and it's becoming softer, nice, well cooked, long rice. And here you see the water is evaporating further, and in the last pic here, the water has almost evaporated. Now this is the shape that your rice will come into. At this point, let me tell you what you're going to do. You are going to cover your rice, put the lid on, and turn the flame very, very low under your sizzling plate that you heated beforehand. It became hot, so you're going to shift your rice pot onto the sizzling plate and turn the flame very, very low, as you can see in the picture I've shown you, so that you understand fully. And you're going to forget that you put rice on the stove for another 15 minutes. Forget for 15 minutes. You do whatever you want to. Otherwise, don't take the lid off for 15 minutes. Let it rest on the sizzling plate on very, very low heat for 15 minutes. And after that, after 15 minutes, your rice will be ready. After 15 minutes, when I took the lid off, here you can see my rice are ready. And they're looking so nice and so aromatic they were. And seriously, you feel like eating them right away from the pot. And I put them in my serving dish because I could not wait longer to eat them or to serve them to my family. So here they are in the serving dish, and serve them to your kids, serve them to your family, to your friends, to your guests, anybody. And in your restaurant, if you need it there, depends upon your need and wish. And of course, serve them with yogurt raita or with mint chutney and with yogurt in it, of course. And they go perfectly with these rice. Besides that, you can also serve them with mutton gravy or chicken gravy. Many recipes of both are there uploaded on my channel. Recipe of raita and of mint chutney also is there on my channel. So whatever you want to pair them with, the choice is yours. You can also pair them with cutlets, potato cutlets, and they sound really nice. And with any types of kebab also. Mutton boti kebabs also, mutton shred kebabs that you call them in English. I will be uploading that recipe also, or probably have uploaded that also beforehand, so you can check it out from my channel and pair them with anything and serve them and get a lot of praise. All those who are not yet our family members, do become our family members by subscribing to the channel very quickly. Take care of your health, take care of yours. Cheers.